Hello and welcome to Coaching for Realtors Being Tip of the Day. I'm Deborah Ivanoff, the Being Coach, here each day with tips and tricks on how to work less and accomplish more by aligning who you're being with the actions you take in the world. And today, again, I want to talk to you a little bit about who you're being. Yesterday we started that. We talked a little bit about that. And today what I'd like to talk about is an easy way to take a good look at who you're being and adjust who you are being to be more in alignment with your values and who you really want to be in the world. Most of us go through the day, myself included. We go along, we have a to-do list, we're, taking care of our things and working along. And very few of us do take that time on a regular basis to sit down and actually think about what's working in our life and what isn't, especially with the passage of time, with time going by, and think about who is it that I want to be. So I discovered this tip a long time ago when my children were little, and I have given it to several of my clients since who have really appreciated it, and it's really made some changes, both to them personally, to them with their partners, to them with their business partners and associates, and definitely to them as parents. So if you have children, this is going to be a little easier, but we're going to modify it. If you don't have children, there's still another way to do that. If you do have children, especially young children, I want you to take a moment and I want you to think about how you want your children to think of you when they're 25. What would you want them to say about you? How would you want them to regard you? Now, if you don't have young children, think about someone who's close to you, someone who you care about what they think about you or what they would say about you. And again, it's not so important what would actually happen. The important thing is this gives you some real clues to how and who you want to be in the world. So for instance, when I did this exercise and I looked at my children and I said, when my children are 25, I want them to feel like I am somebody who really supports them, who accepts them the way they are, so that they can have the freedom to take flight in their lives. I want them to feel acknowledged and accepted. Well, as any of you who have children, who've worked with anyone, have had any relationship with anyone, you know that sometimes life doesn't feel like that. Sometimes we disapprove. Sometimes we aren't happy with the way people are behaving. We don't feel loved by them because they're behaving in a way that we say doesn't feel good to us. But if we take a step back and we see, how do I want that relationship past this one upset or disagreement? And we say, how do we want them to feel about who we've been through all of this? This gives us some real clues to who it is we really, really want to be. So in my example, as I was sharing, I really wanted to be someone who was seen as supportive, as accepting, who gave my children the freedom to become who they are. Now, it doesn't have to be children. It could be someone that you care about very much now. It could be someone else in your family. It could be someone on your team. It could be somebody who you work with. How do you want them to feel about you a year after you're working? It could even be your clients. What do you want your clients to say about you? Or what do you want your clients to feel about you when they're done working with you? This gives you very important information about what you value and what you want people to see in you. And then, how can you express that today? What is that attribute? If you want to be seen as effective or efficient or proactive or creative, then how can you bring that into your world today? And even more importantly, how can you apply that to the actions you're taking today? Because that's what it's all about. Not the empty doing, but the doing with the alignment applied. Because that's what's going to really create some juice in your actions. And it's going to help you in the long haul to stay in the work that you're doing, to stay enthusiastic about it. So that's my tip for today. My being tip for today is look at someone that you care deeply about and ask yourself, what would I want them to think about me, feel about me, say about me? You pick the time period, 5 years from now, 5 months from now, 5 minutes from now. And that's who I want to be more of. And now how can I apply that to the work that I'm doing today, to my efforts today, to my actions today? I think you'll find that this will supercharge your actions and people will start talking about you in all those ways that you really wish they would. Thank you so much. This has been Deborah Ivanoff, the Being Coach, here to help you align who you're being with the actions you take so that you can experience more ease, effortlessness, and speed in your manifestations. Thanks, guys. Bye. Sorry, guys. I'm never going to get this. How funny is that? Okay, let me try it again.